A huge part of the Halloween season is visiting haunted attractions. It's the closest you can get to real danger without actually being in danger. From fog-filled mazes to eerie actors jumping out of the dark, these experiences capture everything we love about horror and the Halloween season. So today we're talking about some movies that capture exactly just that. These movies either take place in or involve a Halloween haunted attraction in some way, shape, or form. This list ranges from lighthearted, funny haunted attraction movies to dark and twisted ones that will have you terrified the next time that you visit a haunted attraction. And guys, I love Halloween vibes and everything to do with Halloween. In haunted attraction movies, this specific subgenre is one that I really, really love. So this was a hard list to make and actually come up with 5 of these, but believe it or not, there's a lot of haunted attraction movies out there, so these are the 5 that I picked here today. So if you guys like it and want to see a part 2, let me know down below. But before we get started, if you guys enjoy the video, drop a like and hit that subscribe button to boost the channel. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of spooky season. But no more talking, let's get into these 5 haunted attraction movies. Our first movie is The House's October Built from 2014. Man, I remember the first time I watched this one. This was the first haunted attraction movie that I've ever seen. I had no idea what to expect, and it ended up being way creepier than I ever thought it was going to be. This movie feels like pure October energy from start to finish. It's dark, gritty, and totally captures that feeling and that vibe of traveling from haunted house to haunted house during the Halloween season. The story follows a group of friends who set out on a road trip to find the most extreme haunted attractions in America. They're basically the kind of people that push things way past what's safe. They bring cameras along to document their trip, which is where the found footage style comes in. At first, it's all fun and games, jump scares, haunted houses, creepy actors, but as the trip goes on, they start noticing something's off. The same masked figures showing up again and again, until they realize the line between pretend scary and real danger is completely gone. This one is a must-watch for October. It totally captures the Halloween haunted house vibe. The flashing lights, creepy clowns, back roads, fog machines, everything you love about spooky season is here. The characters feel real too, like people that you'd actually hang out with if you were to go on a haunted attraction road trip. And the movie just builds tension in such a natural way. And by the time it hits that third act, you feel like you're right there with them, realizing that you're lost, scared, and not knowing if this is even a game anymore. What's really cool about this movie is that the filmmakers actually went to real haunted attractions to film this. The crew used real haunts, real props, and even real scare actors to make it feel as authentic as possible, which totally explains why the atmosphere feels so genuine. It's that blend of fiction and reality that make this one stick with you after the credits roll. You can find The House's October Built streaming on Tubi, Philo, Plex, Zumo, all for free, so go give it a watch. Our second movie is Extremity from 2018. Alright, so this one's definitely the darkest movie on this list by far, no questions about it. Extremity is one of those movies that gets under your skin in not like a fun, scary type of way, but like a psychological, draining way. This movie just feels dirty. It's one of those movies that make you feel uncomfortable on purpose. And that's exactly why it's so effective. The story follows a woman named Allison who signs up for an extreme haunt called Perdition, basically a haunted attraction where everything is designed to push participants to their absolute breaking point. It's not just fake scares or jump cuts here, it's mental, physical, and emotional torment. As she goes deeper into the experience, we start learning more about her traumatic past through flashbacks that are mixed with her present-day ordeal inside the haunt. The movie starts to blur the line between reality, memory, and delusion until you're not even sure what's real anymore. This movie is not for everyone, but if you want something that digs deep into psychological horror and the dark side of immersive experiences, then this is a must-watch. I'm not 100% sure, but this movie really feels like it was inspired by the real haunt, McCamey Manor. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but it really operates in a similar way that this haunt in this movie works, but McCamey Manor was in real life. It's got that industrial, underground haunted house aesthetic. It's got masks, chains, blood, flickering lights, but what really makes it stand out is how personal and emotional it gets. It's not just gore for the sake of gore. Although there is a lot of gore, it's about trauma, pain, and how far someone will go to confront their demons. The atmosphere is cold, claustrophobic, and unrelenting. Perfect for when you want to feel unsettled in the best way possible in October. And did I mention gore? There are some amazing kills in this one, or disgusting, or just ugh. A cool detail, the director of this movie, Anthony DiBlasi, actually worked on Dread 2009 and Last Shift 2014, both of which are known for their psychological edge and dark tone. And correct me if I said his name incorrectly as well. But you can totally feel his style here. The gritty realism mixed with surreal horror that makes you feel like you don't know whether this is real or fake, or you really just don't know what's going on. That's his vibe, and it's nailed here again. Another thing that's interesting is that Extremity was filmed in real abandoned buildings, giving it that raw, authentic feel that you just can't fake on set. You can find Extremity streaming on Tubi, Roku, Plex, all for free once again, so go give it a watch. Our third movie is HauntedWeen from 1991. Now this one is an absolute hidden gem. Definitely the most charmingly low-budget movie here on this list. It is the definition of indie horror done right. Rough around the edges, filled with heart, and also packed with that 90s Halloween vibe that you just can't make up. The movie starts with a tragic prologue where a young boy accidentally kills someone inside a haunted attraction, and years later he returns to his hometown to reopen it, with a bit of murderous twist. What follows is a fun, chaotic slasher that leans into the haunted attraction setting perfectly. It's got frat parties, fake scares that turn real, and plenty of blood flying everywhere once the killing starts. This one is just fun. It's goofy, campy, and just got everything you need for a fun Halloween experience. More of like a DIY Halloween experience. You can tell everyone involved genuinely just loved being a part of this film, and that energy translates straight onto the screen. You can just tell it's just fun vibes all around. What makes it stand out for me is the balance between college party movie and slasher mayhem, all wrapped inside this haunted house vibe. I mean, essentially it's about this frat who needs more money, so they're trying to raise money by opening a haunted house. I mean, what more could you ask for? Despite its tiny budget of $65,000, HauntedWeen delivers surprisingly creative kills, practical gore effects, and a storyline that keeps you entertained from start to finish. Plus, they actually hired local students as actors, which adds this raw community feel to it. It's like watching a haunted house that someone built in their backyard actually come to life, but just with a little bit of a murderous twist thrown in there. Fun fact, this movie was shot in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and most of the actors and also the extras were all locals. And because of that, it feels super authentic. It feels like something you'd find at an old VHS tape from like the 90s at a video rental store that no one's touched in decades, or like something you just find in like your grandma's attic or something. Over time, it's actually gathered quite the cult following for being exactly what it set out to be: scrappy, bloody, and just a good time overall. You can currently find HauntedWeen streaming on Tubi and maybe another place for free if you just look it up, if you know what I mean. Our fourth movie is Haunt from 2019. Now, this one isn't just a great haunted attraction movie, it's actually one of my favorite horror movies ever made. Haunt takes the concept of a haunted attraction and strips it down to its most terrifying core. No gimmicks, no cheap laughs, just pure dread. It's serious in tone, beautifully shot, and has some of the most creepiest and best costume and character designs in modern horror or in modern slashers for sure. The story follows a group of friends who, on Halloween night, decide to visit an extreme haunted house, the kind that promises to push your fears to the limit. But as they make their way deeper inside, they realize the actors aren't actors at all. The traps are real, the pain is real, and not everyone is getting out alive. It's a slow build that turns into full-on panic by the halfway point, and from there, it never lets up. I've talked about this movie many times on my channel, including a recent video about underrated movies that you need to watch. But I can't stress enough about how much I love this movie. What I love most about Haunt is how simple the setup is, but how brutally effective it becomes. The masked killers each have their own terrifying look, not only in their costumes, but what's underneath them. And the atmosphere inside the attraction feels so claustrophobic that you can practically smell the fog machines and old wood. The lighting and production designs are so phenomenal, and this thing just oozes Halloween. It's also a movie that doesn't rely on jump scares. Instead, it builds tension through atmosphere and anticipation. You know something something terrible is coming, but you just can't look away. Every October, I find myself rewatching this because it just nails that perfect Halloween night vibe. And sometimes I even watch it in the middle of the summer when I'm missing the spooky season. Fun fact, Haunt was actually written and directed by the same duo who co-wrote A Quiet Place. You can totally feel the same mastery, intention, and anticipation here. But this time, it's unleashed in a smaller, meaner, bloodier package. The practical effects and costume designs were all done by the team at Fractured Effects, known for their incredible realism, and it shows. You can currently find Haunt streaming on Tubi, Roku, and Plex, all for free. Our fifth movie is House LLC from 2015. Rounding out the list, we got one that's become a modern found footage classic. If you've ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes of a haunted house, this one shows you in a terrifying way. It perfectly captures that blend of realism and chaos that makes found footage so effective, but with the added bonus of the scariest clown design ever put on the big screen. The movie follows a documentary crew investigating what went wrong during the opening night of the Hell House haunted attraction, where a mysterious tragedy took place. Through old footage shot by the crew who built the haunt, we piece together what really happened. And let's just say, it's not just props moving around. It's one of those stories where every new clip adds a layer of dread, and by the time you've realized what's really happening, it's already too late. What makes House LLC so effective is its realism. The set looks exactly like the kind of small-town haunted house that you'd actually visit in October, and that makes everything 10 times scarier. You see the crew building everything, joking around, testing lights and props, until things start to go wrong. And when it does, the tension ramps up so fast. And I've got to talk to you about that clown. It's easily one of the creepiest in all of horror and horror history. It doesn't even have to move to terrify you. And there's a scene, and if you've seen it, you know, it's so simple, but yet so terrifying and such nightmare fuel. This movie doesn't rely on gore or jump scares. It's the atmosphere and subtle realism that makes it so haunting. Fun fact, the entire film was shot in a real abandoned hotel in New York known as the Abaddon Hotel, which was actually used as the fictional haunted attraction in the story. The production made full use of the eerie location, with very few sets built from scratch. The director, Stephen Cognetti, wanted everything to feel raw and improvised, which is why much of the dialogue and camera work was unscripted, giving it that genuine documentary feel. You can currently find House LLC streaming on Tubi, Plex, Pluto TV, and a few other places, all for free. And if you enjoy it, there's a few sequels and also a prequel that expands the story of the Abaddon Hotel. Alright, so there are my 5 haunted attraction horror movies that you need to watch, but if I had to pick just one from this list to recommend, it would be HauntedWeen from 1991. Honestly, it's one of those movies I turned on expecting some low-budget Halloween fun and ended up completely surprised by how much I actually enjoyed this film. It's got that perfect mix of campy charm, inventive kills, and a genuinely entertaining story that keeps you watching the whole way through. You can tell the people involved in making this had an absolute blast, and that totally rubbed off on the viewer in the right way. There's something really special about delivering a movie that doesn't take itself too seriously but still manages to deliver on the scares and the atmosphere. HauntedWeen nails that balance. It's got the vibe, the humor, and the perfect October feel for when you just want to kick back with some popcorn and enjoy a hidden gem. And yeah, I could have easily went with Haunt from 2019 because it's one of the most terrifying and awesome movies that I love to rewatch every October. But I've talked about that one a lot already, and HauntedWeen deserves some spotlight this time. It's just pure Halloween fun that I know a lot of horror fans have missed. So let me know down below, have you seen any of these, and what is your favorite haunted attraction horror movie? If I missed any, or if you want to tell me about some that you guys like, drop them down in the comments below. Please drop a like and hit that subscribe button, or the next haunted attraction that you visit will be a lot more real than you could have ever imagined. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Happy Halloween, and peace!